Welcome back, everyone. In today's video, we're going to learn how to delete records using Spring Data JPA, step by step. In this video, we're going to implement our deleteById method, which will delete a specific employee record based on their ID. See here, Spring Data JPA already provides multiple built-in delete methods for us. You've got delete, delete all, deleteById, and a few more. Based on your use case, you can use any of them. It's that simple. I won't be showing all of them in this demo because they work in a very similar way. But I definitely recommend you try each one yourself to get a better understanding of how they behave. Alright, so for now we want to delete an employee by their ID. Spring Data JPA already gives us a built-in method, deleteById, but if you notice, its return type is void, meaning it doesn't tell us how many rows were deleted. For now, I'm just going to return a hard-coded value, 1. Let's start the application. Alright, as you can see, employee with ID 43 already exists in my table. I'm going to delete the employee with ID 43 right here. Perfect. Delete API worked. Now let's quickly verify it. Hitting the Get API for ID 43. See. Record not found. Delete successful. Alright, now let's take a quick look at the console logs. For custom delete using JPQL or SQL, it's exactly the same as the custom update we did in the last video. You just need to change the query from update to delete, that's it, no extra steps. So I'm not going to repeat the whole thing again, please try it yourself. And if you run into any issues, just drop a comment below, I'll help you out there. Alright, next up, we're going to talk about how to delete records using Spring Data JPA's standard naming conventions. Inside our employee JPA repository, just define a method starting with deleteBy. For deleting anything using Spring JPA, your method must start with deleteBy. That's it. Just like we use findBy for fetching, we use deleteBy for deleting. After that, we just add our condition, exactly the same way we do with findBy. So here, since we want to delete by employee ID, so method name is deleteByEmployeeID. Now make sure to take all required parameters in your method, just like we do with findBy. This method actually returns the number of records deleted. How cool is that? So you instantly know whether your delete worked or not. 1 means deleted successfully, 0 means no record found. Call our deleteByEmployeeId method from employee repository JPA impl class. Print the delete count in the console to verify how many records got deleted. And also return this count instead of hard-coded one. Start the application. See, employee ID 42 exists in my database. I'm going to delete this one now. Okay, we got an error. Current thread not associated with any transaction. That's because when we delete using a custom method in Spring JPA, it needs to run inside a transaction. Just add the @transactional annotation right above your method. This tells Spring, hey, run this delete inside a database transaction. Restart the application again. Okay, let's hit the API now. Awesome, we got a success. Now let's try hitting the delete API again for the same employee ID. And see that? This time we got a 404 not found. See? The get API is also returning employee not found. That means the record is completely gone from the database. Everything working perfectly. See in the console logs, the first time, the delete count is 1, which means one record got deleted. And the second time, it shows 0, because that employee record no longer exists. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. In the next video, we're going to explore some really useful Spring JPA methods, like count by, exists by, and more, super handy for quick checks and counts. So don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and press that bell icon to get notified when the next video drops.